There's so much information in the world today, and so much of it is written by those who have conquered. And we can read the history of one nation after another destroying the information from the nation that they destroyed, and then rewriting history so that they were the prominent figures in it. When I tell you that our stories tell of people having come to this continent over 5,000 years ago, and that evidence still lives in those places that they walked, but you don't see it in the books that are written, in the same way that you don't see many of the things that we have spoken in those books today. You don't see the great law of peace. You don't see the people of peace and the peace chiefs and the sanctuaries that were across this continent. All you see is that there were a primitive people here. But if we have to be primitive to be human, then I choose to be primitive. I don't choose to walk in a world that thinks only of death and destruction and power, and places the value of a man or a woman's life in the things that they have that can be stolen or taken at any moment. Fill your heart with the memories. Those are the treasures. Unlock the doors that house your elders, because that is the bank of knowledge that will save us. In the dominant culture that's walking across the earth, they lock up all of their valuables, the money. They lock up the things that they consider to be important, the secrets to the medicines that they make. But they've locked away in a new way of life the old people, the elders who have lived a life and have learned. They have separated your children from their grandparents and from the old ones, the wise ones. And then we ask, why don't our children know anything? Why are they lost? This is the first time in the history of civilization that people have sent their children away to schools all day long. The first time that community has been broken, and we wonder why our children don't know how to live together when they leave these schools. We watch the structure of life being built, not from wisdom, but from who is strongest within those schools. And then we wonder why violence reigns. We watch people who caretake our children and have no peace in their heart and just ignore the violence. And this isn't all of the people, but enough so that we have a problem across the world. Our children are lost. Some of my elders spoke to me that these children with what we consider to be special needs today were sent here from the stars to help us find our way. And there are those who know that. And instead these children find their way into the streets, or they find their way into detention centers, or homes, or hospitals, because they know how to say no to the injustice around them. I'm asking that you open your hearts again. I'm asking that you look at these children and all people with an open heart and a smile. Reach out again to one another. Don't leave them crying in the wilderness, and don't pretend that they don't belong to you, because we are the keepers of this world, you and I.